What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming. This FUT birthday promo is more than just crashing the market with the release of non-stop big player SBCs, non-stop paid evolution, and approximately 14,000 promo cards released every single week. The market just has no chance to breathe, and these big cards that are replacing the tradable cards in the game, these evolutions, these SBCs, I mean, it just makes the market go down even further. That's why we're seeing bigger drops this year than we really have ever seen in previous years. And FUT birthday, it already brought a big market crash, but again, this year we're seeing it to another level. So today we're going to talk about how we are going to navigate this over the next week and into the next couple of promos that we're expecting to drop before Team of the Season. So is this trend going to continue? Yes, to an extent, but are there cards that we can make profit on? Definitely. And today I'm going to show you a couple of those that I really think could work out. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to drop a like. Let's go for 169 likes today, and let's hop into it. Do you need coins in FC25 Ultimate Team? Then go to u7buy.com. It is the quickest, most reliable, and the safest platform on the internet. Big creators use it. It has the best reviews. And if you use my code NITRO, you're going to get an extra 8% at checkout. You can even get specific players you want to add to your Ultimate Team straight from u7buy. And if it's your first time, you'll get a newcomer's bonus added to what you get. Link down below. Streets Won't Forget is genuinely one of the best ideas that EA Sports have come up with in a long time, I'll be honest with you. But paying 450,000 coins to get these 3 cards and evolutions isn't exactly what I had in mind for this promo, because it's got so much potential. In fact, it could be its own promo. After FUT birthday, they could have dropped a Streets Won't Forget promo and had these 3 cards. They could have had cards like, Wellington and El Shaarawy from FIFA 13. They could have had these cards like Ibarbo, Mandzukic, Klose with 99, Heading Blachkovsky from FIFA 14. FIFA 15 could have also had Inform Chikawi and so many others. Ben Arfa from FIFA 16. There's so many different options. I could go on and on and on. In fact, I want everybody watching this video right now to comment one player from a previous iteration of this game that should get a Streets Won't Forget card, whether it be this year or they do it's an entire own promo next year. Drop that idea down below. A card that you played with. It could be from any Ultimate Team in history, from FIFA 09 all the way until last year. Genuinely drop a card down below. In fact, Teo Hernandez is probably going to get in there after FC25 as well. But one thing I want to take your guys' attention towards is the price of these evolutions just in general, because FUT birthday has brought a market crash this year beyond what we normally get. And we normally get a big market crash, but it is straight to another level now. There is absolutely no hope for the market, it seems, right now. Everything just continues to crash and crash and crash, but you've got evolutions that are 150K, 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 75K, 75K, 60K, 35, 60, 50, 300, 100,000 coins. And when you only have pay for evolutions, what you're having is cards that are going untradeable. And it's taking coins out of people's accounts. So when people do evolutions and they spend coins on it, the buying power goes down. You can't spend as many coins on tradable cards. And on top of that, you don't need as many tradable cards because you're using the evolution in your team. So it's a combination of having less coins and also having less demand for the tradable cards on the market. You combine that with the idea that there's so many different SBCs out that these players, and with the upgrades that are out, like the 83 plus times 10, and we've had the 83 plus times 14, the 85 plus times 3, there's enough fodder to go around to get some pretty big player SBCs done. In fact, I still haven't completed Cristiano. I need to do that today. I've got to do that today, actually. But Trinity Rodman, Kareem Adeyemi, Salah, Yaya Toure, Carlos Tevez, and you also have the, upgrade icon player picks that people are using. And these are all untradeable cards that are going into people's teams. So whenever you get a card out of an SBC or a good card out of these icon player picks, they actually just replace the tradable demand for your club. And so many people now are running untradeable teams pretty much entirely. And the only cards that go up in price are the ones that are used for evolutions. At least it seems so. I'm going to show you one other way. But the main way to make coins, fellas, is to invest in cards that are going to get into evolutions in the future. And obviously there's some luck involved with that. Last week we invested in Christopher Nkunku, and that card absolutely exploded from 50,000 coins all the way up to nearly 200K. He actually did hit 200,000 coins a little bit after he went out of packs on Wednesday into Thursday. That was a pretty quick turnaround, and a lot of you guys made some good profit on that. And honestly, you could probably still pick up some Ronald Araujo for 30K. It's not a bad deal from Team of the Week 25 right there. But when we look at Team of the Week 26, there's also a couple of options that I think you guys can go in on. The first one is Hudson-Odoi. Perfect play styles for a forward. The downside to this card, only plays left mid and left wing. That means it has to be a very specific evolution for this card to be actually usable for it. When we look at Barcola, this card is 42,000 coins, so there's a little bit more risk to it, and he already fits some evolutions that are out right now, like the the flash step, the late to the party, the court jester. Court jester, I can't imagine people are really using that one. Either way, this card for 42,000 coins, get it for maybe 40 or less. Today would be the best day to probably buy that. Maybe tomorrow you could still get a pretty good deal on it. But the current Team of the Week cards that could fit into the future evolutions are going to be Hudson-Odoi, Barcola, and possibly Pulisic. Now, he only has one playstyle plus, so if there was another evolution that added a playstyle to him, that could be really valuable for him. He does play on both sides of the pitch, left wing, left mid, right mid, so there is more of a potential of him actually being used in an evolution, and the Americans will jump all over that if he can fit into a good evolution. So there's potential in that Pulisic as well. So those are the three cards I would go for. My favorite is Hudson-Odoi, but there's definitely some value and some potential for those cards to be used in evolutions. But let's talk about the one aspect of the market that's actually good to invest in, and it takes kind of the perfect storm for this to work. And we're going to use last week's FUT birthday, Trent Alexander-Arnold, as this example. He's 220,000 coins right now. This is a lot higher than what he was after Rivals rewards came out last week. He dropped from 230,000 coins all the way to 164K. That would have been a great investment. And please note that people are using him not as a right back, but mostly as a center mid. And given the fact that he's a center mid, and during those couple of days, center mids got absolutely tanked, mostly by the Temu Mbappe SBC that came out. This card, a lot of people choosing that center mid Mbappe, and nobody really had demand for center mids in the meantime. So whenever there's an evolution that comes out for a specific position and a SBC that a lot of people are doing for a specific position, it actually brings down the price of pretty much the entire market, meta market for that position, but especially that of the active promo. So today, it might not be a perfect day because you still want to wait a little while to invest in FUT Birthday Team 2. But as we get to Tuesday and as we get to Wednesday, if there's a big, let's say, left mid card that comes out into the game as an SBC, then you might see Nico Williams tank in price, and that would actually be a good time to invest in him because not only is he down from the supply of division rival rewards on Thursday morning, but he's also down because there's no demand and there's been a sell-off for left mids in general. So when you combine both of those at the same time, it actually makes it so that those are good out-of-pack investments. But you really have to hit the perfect storm, and it's not just going to be an entire promo team rising out of packs. In fact, most of these cards will drop out of packs. It's a select few that will go up, and you have to figure it out based on those evolutions and SBCs that actually do drop into the game. Now, how can we kind of tell what SBCs are coming out? Well, I mean, they're leaked. They're always leaked. And one card that I really think is going to bring down the market for a specific position is going to be this Bremer. Bremer is coming out as a center back, SBC. You get a choice between the two options right there. Both of them have anticipate. I kind of think the one with Jockey is probably going to be a little bit better. You take your pick, but that one has much better distribution stats, and you're not really paying on the price on the defensive stat. Like, he is a little bit weaker and a little bit less on defense, but when you boost his passing and dribbling by like 10 each and his pace by 2, I think you got to choose that one. Either way, I think center backs are going to take a hit this week, and so if that card comes out, let's say on Wednesday, then I'm going to be looking at Foot Birthday Team 2, and I'm looking at cards like Alaba right there, especially. I'm looking at cards like Virgil van Dijk, maybe. He might be in a completely different tax bracket, but center backs are definitely Harry Maguire would be one that I'm looking at, definitely. So that's just one example of how we can determine which one of these Foot Birthdays to actually go out and invest in. But there's some other SBCs that we haven't quite seen yet. We don't have the Martins Van Leer SBC. We don't have James Madison. And I would assume, given the fact that St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, on Monday, the Irishman would come out on St. Patrick's Day, and that's Matt Doherty right there. Doesn't really look like a good card. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about fodder a little bit today. We're kind of on a higher end as we go into Sunday. A lot of times fodder is a little bit more expensive on Sundays, as we take a look at Beth Mead right here on the 14-day hourly graph. She rose a lot on Sunday last week and then dropped in the midweek. Right now, pretty low, actually, and that's because we just had Squad Battle Rewards. And Squad Battle Rewards brought down these prices, but remember, we're going to get a new Mixed Icon SBC today, and that could bring these prices right back up to something above 15 or 16,000 coins. You're looking at 13K. Maybe you're able to get on Snipe or bid under 13,000 coins. I do like 88s as an investment just for today. In the morning, buy in the morning and then sell after content. I think they go up at least 1,500 coins, I would say. So good value there on Coble and Mead at 13K or less. And then as we look at some of the higher rated, we're starting to see the promo cards take over the fodder. Wubin May, Zubamendi, Paredes, Hasegawa, Kelly. These are all the cheapest cards of their ratings, and they're all in the active promo team. Makes you think that these cards are going to be good investments, and once you get up to the really high rateds, I would kind of agree with you, but the only problem with it is the fact that we're going to get more and more promos that have these high rateds that really don't go for much. So is this next promo going to be like Foot Birthday where they drop a ton of players? Well, maybe not, but there's at least going to be a couple of them that are like 91 or 92 rated that are going to be pretty cheap. So they're still always going to be competing with future cards for being the cheapest card on the market. But if we go, let's say, a week without a 92 rated card that's super cheap, then yeah, I could say see Kelly and Toon going up in price a lot. So this is where we got to take a look at the leaks later this week. Obviously, I don't have the leaks for you guys yet. I would have shown them to you already if we knew what the next promo was going to be and the next promo cards, of course. We do already know what the next promo is going to be called, but we don't know what the promo cards are going to be. Once we know the promo cards, that is going to be a very good tell on what we should invest in terms of fodder, because if we look at the official stats and we see no 91s or no like cheap 91s that we expect, then we're going to invest in cards like Hasegawa. If we see no cheap 92s, we're going to invest in cards like Chloe Kelly. If we see no cheap 93s, we're going to invest in cards like Bacha or Sasic. So that's going to determine how we invest in fodder throughout the week. But right now, we still have some really cheap cards between 85 and 86 rated. So there's some low prices there. Could make some coins off of that. I really don't think that you're really risking too much going in on 85s, but the only thing is you've still got several days left of this 83 plus times 10 being in the SBCs, so the supply is definitely going to continue. But take a look at the 14-day hourly graph for this card. It was 3.8 thousand coins before Foot Birthday started, and this is the lowest point that these 85s have been at since. Let's take a look. Well, this card, that's not a fair example because she just transferred. Let's use a different card. Let's look at Paulinho for Bayern Munich. That would give us a better idea. This is the lowest point that they've been at, 2.4 thousand coins. The last time they were at 2.4 thousand coins was never. It was never. They've never been this low. So like, I would go out on a limb and say that that's probably a pretty low risk investment. They've never, ever been this low before. So I'm going to leave you guys with that today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.